One would think that students at higher learning institutions would only be focused on their studies, but as for Quinto, Melina and Remy, they differ in their opinions.
From this post-match picture in a muddy derby encounter, Resolution Impala Saracens managed to beat their opponents Kenya Harlequins by 27-19 at the Impala grounds on week 7 of the Kenya Rugby 15s Cup. After Billy played in George Okowa for a center post try, Ongo added the extras for an early 7-0 lead. The wing 14 player Ongo showcased his conversion skills by successfully converting 2 conversions from Othiambo's 2 tries. The win for Impala over the Queens on December 6, 2019 has motivated them to go back to training ahead of their away fixture against KCB at Ruaraka grounds.
Meet Quinto Ongo, a passionate rugby player who also doubles up as a Daystar student.
When did you join Daystar and which is your field of study?
I joined Daystar in 2013 after semester. My field of study is commerce. I'm majoring in administration and management.
Come to be a sports person, to even reach at a national level.
Sports has been, in sports we say it's running in my blood. So I started playing sports while I was still in nursery school. I used to play soccer a lot. Then joining high school, I played soccer for 2 years. Then I joined rugby, whereby we beat Maseno that year and went to national levels, where after the national levels I was picked to join Maseno school on scholarship, and then later joined Impala club.
Soccer is the most popular, sport. So did you choose rugby over soccer?
Soccer is quite congested. Rugby is a gentleman's sport. There are so many virtues that rugby holds that soccer doesn't hold.
Going by the rugby as your sport, what is the motivation behind you choosing rugby?
The motivation of me choosing rugby is the first thing is that it's passion. The other thing is that rugby has helped me clear my school. I'm almost graduating, and all that is thanks to rugby.
That's amazing. Who do you look up to as your rugby icon, probably in the country or internationally?
My mentor has been Vincent Mose. He used to play in Nakuru. He joined Impala. I found him at Impala, and he's quite a person I've been looking up to. He's played at the national level at the 15s and 7s. So he's someone who has achieved a lot. In terms of personal life, he's someone I look up to.
You are under a scholarship program. So how did you come to know that Daystar offers scholarship, and why did you opt for scholarship at Daystar University?
I came to know that Daystar offers scholarship through a friend of mine, Felix Kizuri, who was the first one, because we joined the same time. He got his scholarship earlier than me. So after that, he told me that Daystar is offering some scholarship. I applied the first time, I didn't get. Then I applied the second time, and I was lucky to get it.
Being a Daystar student, working out there, being a rugby personnel, so I understand at what time you are the vice chair at DC3, Daystar Care and Compassion Center. How do you get to juggle in between all this?
Rugby has taught me a lot. The first and most important thing about rugby is discipline. In Impala, we have 4 categories of values that we hold. The first one is honesty, discipline, hard work, and humility. Those are things that drive me as a person in life.
And in relation to, sports and your studies, so has there any challenge whereby sports has ever challenged your education, probably, missing classes?
Yeah, there are times that you need to choose what you need to do, because at times there are things that are conflicting. It's either I miss training for this day or I miss classes. But again, you need to know your priorities. If there's a class and there's a game you're supposed to play, rather you have an exam to do, what are your priorities? So it again narrows down to you as an individual. What are your priorities in life?
What's your punchline?
My advice to the youth outside there, those coming from high school, those coming from primary school, is that do what you love and you'll never regret in life.
Basically, you're talking about passion, huh?
Exactly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome to our show today, and here with me is Melina Gold. She's a vocalist, she's a fashion designer, a show host. Oh my, to be general, an entrepreneur. Welcome, Melina.
Thank you so much for having me.
And Melina, Okay, are you a student?
I'm a student at Daystar. I'm doing a double major in psychology and public relations. I'm in my final year.
What do you do out of school?
Out of school, I'm a jack of all trades, but generally I'm an entrepreneur. But majorly I'm into show hosting. I'm into fashion design. I just relaunched my new clothes line made in Kenya. I'm also an actress. I've featured in Socialites and KTM and Trap House as well. Yeah, and a live vocalist. We do live band performances at Helen Tower.
How do you get to juggle all between the jack of all trades, as you say?
I'm doing what I love, I believe human beings are extraordinary beings, with so much potential, and we are creative. So I tend to use all that to come up with what I can. And I know when this is time for this. I'm so disciplined when it comes to time, so I know this is time for this and this is time for this. Like I've scheduled my things well.
Oh.
Yeah, so
You get to schedule your events as or rather you plan out your week.
Yeah.
So talk about show host. What do you enjoy about show hosting?
Getting to get different views from different people's opinions, perspectives, how they answer questions, how they reason, all that. And doing psychology, like I really love getting, understanding people at different levels. Yeah, so I really enjoy that. Plus, I really bonding with different people. Yeah.
What can you say about the local modeling industry in Kenya?
To be honest, and not to sugarcoat, I think it's really messed up because the whole idea of modeling has been lost. So everyone can wake up and think that I am a model. I can wake up today. I've never modeled before. I don't know. I don't have any background in modeling training, but I can just wake up and say I am a model. And when a gig comes, I'd wanna go there and I'd wanna get paid. People want things so easy and quick. And the guys who are having modeling agencies are taking advantage of that, So they're signing up several models without checking out the requirements of qualifying to be a model. As long as you've paid the registration fee and they've earned, then you're good to go. And where are all these people going to? Nowhere.
A role model who has been renowned in the modeling industry from Kenya, probably to give advice to the young models.
There are there, but you see, most of them, once they've been crowned and all that, Miss World, I don't know where they go to. I don't know what initiative they start. I don't know if they mentor young models, because once you've been crowned, then that's how they disappear.
As a fashion designer, what can you say about the local fashion designing in Kenya?
It is so frustrating. It is so frustrating, to be honest, because I remember I was sharing with some of my friends. Immediately I had dropped my new clothes collection. I visited several malls, several places, to get outlets where I can stock my products. And these guys were like, yo, we don't take local designers. And I'm like, what? This is my country. You cannot allow me to stock my products here. So they're only relying on importers, clothes from outside because they're cheap and all that, but they do not value this. So it is also a call to the government, because I think they can get a solution for this, by increasing the rates of importing and exporting. So that will be hard for the local people to import things from outside.
Around the students mostly, they say this university students, among other students from other institutions. So do they help you in showcasing your brand?
Definitely, they do that a lot. Actually, I want to say a big thank you to all these students, wherever you are. They're super supportive, because in Daystar we have like a community. It's like a community, and we have like several online platforms like the Daystar Soko, where you can sell your products. And these guys have been with me since day one. They buy from you, they make referrals, they post and all that. So, like, it gets to several people. So their support is actually incredible.
Through what platforms do you get to showcase your...
To reach out to clients, majorly it's online. We have like an online shop, because these days, like, online is everything, shopping and all that. No one has so much time to go visit shops and all that. So we really do much online marketing. There are things like promoting pages, there are things like ads and all that. So that is how we get most of our target clients.
As a PR student, how do you get to use your skills you gain in PR to showcase your entrepreneurship skills? and the brand as well.
Yeah, PR and marketing and all this goes hand in hand, because you need to sell your product out there, you need to create a brand out there that people need to appreciate. So definitely each and every skill that I'm getting from school and all that, I need to incorporate it to the business in terms of branding, in terms of marketing and all that. And I also try and bring in other people, who I see potentially, like young entrepreneurs. We create the job, the job market together, because there are no jobs. So wherever you can create something, you go with it. Yeah.
So basically, as an entrepreneur, what are the challenges that you get to face? I'm trying to imagine being a DSS student, doing a double major.
The first thing as an entrepreneur is taking risks, handling all these things. Plus, you're young. Sometimes you need to meet older people. You don't want to get judged, blah blah blah, and all that. And then time. I know how to work around my time, but majorly is like the taking risks and stuff.
Do you design only female designs or male designs or both?
Because I just started, I came up with a female collection, but next year I'll be launching a male collection also due to public demand. By end of January we'll be having a male collection, and then by August we'll be having kids collection ready.
We appreciate your Melina.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your last word for the youth.
So for the entrepreneurs out there, if you want to start something, then the best time to do it is now. Don't be limited because of things like capital or all that. Those things are things that can be easily achieved. So don't limit yourself. This is the only time to start. Work hard towards it, and don't lose focus for it.
Welcome Remy, and thank you for joining us today.
Asante sana.
Karibu. Yes. From the video, you seem to be training drama at Uhuru Gardens Primary School. So, are you a trained primary school teacher?
Surprisingly, I am not a complete trained primary school teacher. I haven't gone through the training colleges. So I am currently in the process of finishing my degree. So, in any teaching profession, I am not a qualified teacher as the TSC regulates it, or as it is mandated to have the teachers to have submitted by them. But with the zeal and the passion that I carry for drama and music, I am able to transport that into children and formulate it, and now I hold a title of a music and performing arts.
You are a South B resident?
Yes.
And you commit to Kibera?
Yes,
evenly to teach, English and literature, as well as music,
drama.
At the Shadrach Kimalel Primary School.
Yes.
So, you are a volunteer.
Yeah.
Why will you opt to commute from from South B, where you reside, to Kibera?
I started off from my own home school, that is Our Lady of Mercy Primary School in South B, Nairobi area. And when I went there, I went there with the idea of becoming a music teacher. That was in 2016. Ironically, I was not called back. And so I met my former primary school teacher, Mrs. Elizabeth Ogola, who apparently was transferred from Our Lady of Mercy Primary to Shadrach Kimalel. And she was like, "You are my student back at our OLM in South B. Now I have transferred and you are one of my best music students. Are you still in the journey of doing music?" And I told her, yes, I still do music, and I'm actually now even more involved in music than before. And so she opted to have me come and see the students where she now moved to, that is Shadrach Kimalel Primary School. And when I went there, until today, I am still there.
Just to even enter Kibera, because the perception that strangers are not that welcomed.
When I first went to Kibra, the reception that I had from the kids was very positive. I had a very, very nice time with them from the first time. Though I wasn't so much friendly to them, I had the tough love kind of attitude towards them. And so this developed and grew into being something much more bigger, not only on the aspect of music, but also in terms of formation of the children. And so by this, once you get to mingle with students on a daily basis, they have to tell narratives and stories about who they met and who they have seen. And so the stories that they had portrayed outside about who Remy is gave me a direct entry into the society of Kibra. Within the first 2 weeks, I think I had now started going in deeper now into the ghetto, from Laini Saba all the way to Reli, Teremka hadi Makina, and to the other side where we have the DC towards Moi Girls. So I could not walk alone, but with the children who are dressed in uniform, and the parents could identify, yes, this is the guy that we have been told about. Sure. This is the guy who has been brought to our school. This is the guy who is mentoring and who is speaking with our children.
Precisely.
So when I would go inside, I would meet another home, another community that is actually well ready to receive and accept this new person who has come into the community.
See, the parents, the teachers, and pupils in Kenya, as well as the pupils, they are taught to be conservative in nature. So for them to accept, your hairstyle, your grooming, and so forth.
Faced quite a number of challenges.
Negative
vibes from teachers. Wakisema umse ukijana ni nani ako na dredi, atafunza watoto vibaya, hatujui ni nani, nini na nini, he's very new. But I did not fight the what they had perceived me to be. It was about me to play my game well so that I could fit in the context that they have. And believe you me, within the span of the first month, I had totally changed the concept that they had. That watu wa dredi na Rastafarians or watu wa mega dredi ni watu wabaya. This is Remy, and I gave them a totally different version of what or probably they had seen before. And so with time, I actually grew from a dislike zone into now a son.
You took Shadrach Primary to the Kenya Music Kenya Music Festivals at the national level, which was held at Kabaraka University in Nakuru. So, apart from the outstanding performance in music, you as a trainer in that school, what are the members' literature, in English, generally performance in English?
When I first went to Shadrach Kimalel Primary School, I identified a challenge in languages. And the first thing that I noticed was English was very hard for the kids to understand. And so I imagined if you cannot read and understand English, then you can't internalize mathematics, science, social studies, CRE, and these subjects which are English relatable. And so I took it upon myself to start literature classes and literacy where I could train kids how to read. I would give them the involvement newspapers from Daystarians which would have been left in class, the People's Daily that we were issued at the entrance of the gate, papers and stories from the net I would download. At the end of the semester, I would finish my papers within the my account would have no papers because I would be printing them each and every time I need to get a copy to the students. So that has been one of my greatest project, and I can say from an average of 20 rising to 49 at this moment with the span of 1 year with the same lot of class, I think there is something recommendable about that. And the art that we are teaching is know how to read, speak and write.
So the guest performers, like the recent art festival which was held at Daystarians University, that's the Valley Road campus. This was, I think, in October, 2nd of October. It was courtesy of Nakada, Which other places have you held hand with those kids, to go and perform?
Shadrach Kimalel Primary School got a chance to perform in this year's 11th annual Kibra Music Festival, which was organized by the national government CDF, courtesy of the late Honorable Ken Okoth, before he passed. May his soul rest in peace. And that was our first time to ever attend those festivals. Within a span of 10 years, we had never realized that there was such a festival existing. And the kids from Laini Saba would miss out a lot on that. They would try to bring the festivals at Mbagathi, but we never knew about it. So this year we decided to take a debate in the festivals and probably try and see how we can perform. Since we've tried the Kenya Music Festival, what about these ones for Kibra? Huku ni nyumbani, wacha tujaribu. So we went with 7 items. For this year, since we were starters, and by God's grace we emerged position 1 in all the 7 items that we had took to the festival, which showed that our prowess in music for the last 2 years has grown to greater heights, to even be a much more competitive school from the side of Kibra. In Kibra we have very high qualified competitive schools like the famous Magoso, Olympics Primary School, Old Kibera Primary School, and now to add on the list, Shadrach has been now at the top peak of the top performing schools in Kibra in terms of music, arts and drama.
some of these students, usually go home even hungry without having food. Has music in any way empowered them financially?
When we come for music, we try and see if we can get sponsors or friends who support Shadrach Kimalel Primary School. We've had the social media. I've been using my WhatsApp and my Instagram to create awareness about these kids, and I have people who actually offer to come on board and give as little as 3,000 shillings whenever they go for a festival. The head teacher is also in support, where he goes financially to give out his money apart from what the CDF structures for the school. So we try and look for these people who come in, and then probably when we have our training session, even if it's not twice, at least once, we provide something. Maybe it can be a packet of milk, it can be biscuits, it can be sweet, something enticing that will keep the students going day in and day out, because we understand that not everyone can afford meals.
Nairobi Central Deanery, where you coordinate about 4,000 youths.
Yeah.
How is that experience?
The structure of the Central Deanery, which falls under the Archdiocese of Nairobi, falling under the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
We are under the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishop, that is KCCB.
Yeah.
We not only stage the music items, but because this is a church institution based program for the youths.
Yeah.
We also have to incorporate spiritual activities. So we have recollection, and we have charity events, we have drives,
Sure.
and we have talent show, cultural events, music and drama, sports,
Sure.
Leadership trainings.
Sure.
And so by this, I have been able to get experience from youths from different parts of Nairobi. As far as Kitusuru, from the other side, I have a chaplaincy near the military chaplaincy, that is John Bosco from Administration Police. By mingling with these people and the youths of Nairobi, you get to know different talents, abilities and skills that the youth have. And so by that, we try and raise these facts and give them to the Archdiocese office and place them as recommendation, which can serve better the youth from the church.
How do you incorporate your knowledge in PR to the activities you do out there?
I was like, I'm doing public relations, yet I'm much more into music, arts and drama, and mentorship. So, public relations nafanyia nini? Little did I know that I got to get where I am today because of the public relations that I established. I have dined with kings, I have dined with bishops, I have dined with the nuncio, I have dined with great leaders.
You organized an event at Daystarians University.
Yes.
These are public relations events. Tell us about the event.
Okay. The event held at Daystarians University was by a group called Jasiri. We decided to stage a human trafficking awareness campaign event, something that has never been even thought of at this university. And so we got to get we got positive vibes from both the lecturers and the students that we have. The sponsors that we had invited, we had great sponsors. We had Heart Kenya, which is Human Against Human Trafficking, which is a non-governmental based organization that deals with human trafficking cases from East Africa and the world worldwide. Their main focus is in Africa. We had Swivel Kenya coming through for us to provide transport on that evening. We had the Missionary Societies of Africa. We had brothers from the Missionary Societies of Africa, formerly at Tangaza University College, who came through, who are in this line with charity events. We had the Human for Human team, which donated candles to our event. And so because it was a human trafficking event, we decided to keep the act of human trafficking dark. So we had a dark room.
These were responsibilities on the shoulders of one person, Being a student at this university, generally, has it affected your performance in any way?
A lot of 53 students. Well, I am intending to sit for one paper. So I'd opt probably to take a special exam, which itafanya GPA yangu ianze kuvuta juu nitaekewa tu X. Sijafanya mtihani. But nimepeleka watoto walienda vizuri wakamaliza the activity and now they have come back. Probably when now how hawatajua what I have missed out or what I sacrificed for them. But at the end result, there is nothing that I can say that I have been able to sacrifice for my kids that in return has not come back positively to me. So nashukuru. Hiyo yote ni kwa neema ya Mungu.
According to Quinto, Melina and Remy, it's possible for a student to further his or her talent while still studying.